Goku is trapped in the time room. Meanwhile, Raditz spreads fear and despair among people. See what happened while Goku was trapped in the time room. This story begins before Goku's brother lands. Goku decides to increase his powers by training in the time room. Now, with his powers increased to 416, Goku feels confident to spend a period in the time room. Goku feels that Piccolo's power is similar to his, so Goku wants to become more powerful. Before going to Kami-sama Temple, Goku says goodbye to his family, saying that the next day he will return to take Gohan to Master Kami's house. Then Goku leaves with his flying cloud to Kami-sama Temple and soon begins his training in the time room. Goku faces difficulties to move, but Goku is determined not to fail like the last time, when he entered and only managed to stay a month. Goku plans to spend a year in the room. As the days go by, he increases his powers. Just as it happened on the planet of Mr. Kaio that has the gravity increased tenfold, Goku gets used to being under a gravity 10 times greater. Goku begins to intensify his training. The results are excellent. Almost 24 hours have passed. Kami-sama and Mr. Popo are happy to see that Goku manages to spend almost a year in the time room. I feel that I have already managed to overcome Piccolo's powers, and now he will not be able to defeat me. He continues with his training as there is little time for him to leave the room. Meanwhile, on the outside, Raditz, Goku's brother, arrives on Earth and goes to meet the highest power. He meets Piccolo. So far, everything happens as in the original story, but a tragedy occurs at this moment. In the original story, Piccolo was not killed by Raditz because the Saiyan located Goku's power. Goku was going to Master Kami's house with his son, but as Goku is inside the time room, Piccolo ends up being seriously injured by the Saiyan. So this is the end of the great Piccolo. Nameku Zedon dies in front of Goku's brother. Kami-sama disappears, and the Dragon Balls turn into stone. The only person who could remove Goku from the time room ends up going to the other world. Inside the time room, Goku ends up getting excited and throwing several bursts of energy. Goku is desperate as he accidentally destroyed the entrance to the time room. There are hopes that Kami-sama will make another entrance to this dimension. Now Goku is alone. After eliminating Piccolo, Raditz continues to seek the highest fighting power. The Saiyan locates the power of Krillin, which is 206. The Saiyan goes to Master Kami's house, and when he arrives, he meets the Earthlings. Disappointed, he asks, "Where is Kakarot?" Similar to the original story, Krillin tells him to go away. Raditz then hits Krillin with his tail. Bulma watches and comments, "He has a tail like Goku. This so-called Goku must be Kakarot. Where is Goku? I really want to find my younger brother." Everyone is in disbelief when they discover that this creature may be Goku's brother. Bulma especially does not believe that Raditz is Goku's brother, but an enemy. None of the friends are willing to reveal where Goku is. Raditz gets furious. The Saiyan begins to prepare a burst of energy to finish off Krillin and Master Kami. However, Raditz locates a fighting power that reaches 724. Convinced that this power can only be Kakarot, he leaves Goku's friends alive and quickly heads to the place of this power. This power is from Gohan, who is trapped in a place in the mountains. As Goku did not come to save him as in the original story, Gohan gets desperate and very angry because he cannot leave this place, which ends up increasing his power and calling the attention of his uncle who is looking for Goku. When he finds little Gohan, Raditz soon realizes that the boy has a tail and that this child must be his brother's son. Meanwhile, in the time room, Goku is very apprehensive. He begins to fear that he will end up dying when there is little food left to finish. The days go by in the room, and Goku tries to eat little by little to save. He stops training while he is without the entrance to the room. Goku knows that if he works too hard, he will feel more hungry, and the food will run out faster. The days go by in the room, the food and water are running out, and Goku starts to get desperate since no one comes to save him. Goku thinks it is uncertain what will happen to his soul in this separate dimension after his death. Meanwhile, Raditz mentions that he heard people call a man who had Goku's tail, so he asks if this Goku is his father. Gohan cries a lot and does not answer the question. The tone that Raditz speaks is very aggressive. Raditz gets angry because Gohan is crying and refuses to say where his father is. That damn Kakarot is hiding from me so not to fulfill his obligations. He must be somewhere around. Taking Gohan in his arms, Raditz goes to Goku's house. Chi-Chi is desperate to see a strange person with her son. Where is my brother Kakarot? Is he hiding? I heard he called himself Goku. Chi-Chi's intuition says that Raditz is not a good person and that he should not be Goku's brother. If he were Goku's brother, he would not treat Gohan with contempt. Another point that worries Chi-Chi is that the Dragon Ball that is on Gohan's hat has become a stone, which means that someone killed Piccolo or Kami-sama. As a Saiyan, he should have killed all the Terrifies and not have formed a family. She says she does not know what a Saiyan is and that it doesn't matter. Chi-Chi tells Raditz to free Gohan. Raditz tells Chi-Chi why his brother, a low-class soldier, is on Earth, and that Goku will help his older brother on another mission. Raditz belittles Chi-Chi by saying that she is a stupid Terrakio, and that Goku is a fool for trying to get through a Terrakio so far. But that doesn't matter. He will start working soon. Kakarot must fulfill his Saiyan obligations if he wants his son back. All this talk about killing people and the Saiyan obligations makes Chi-Chi very nervous, especially because Goku is not around to protect her. Chi-Chi, as a super protective mother, advances in the direction of Raditz, but she is hit and falls to the ground. Raditz goes to Chi-Chi and says, Kakarot must kill 100 people and bring their bodies to this place. This will be a proof that he redeemed himself with his duties as a Saiyan warrior. I will be back tomorrow. I hope he doesn't disappoint me. I will try not to hurt my younger brother's son. Thus, Raditz takes Gohan away, without Chi-Chi being able to do anything to stop him. Raditz waits for his brother to fulfill his obligation as a Saiyan. However, what draws Raditz's attention is that Gohan's power keeps increasing to 720. Meanwhile, in the time room, the food and water run out. Goku only waits for the death. Despite being a Saiyan, without food and water, he won't last long. Goku is worried because he doesn't know if he will leave the room when he dies. Goku ends up getting weak and dies for not eating or having water to drink. But since this room is a separate dimension from the world, after his death, Goku doesn't go to the other world. He gets stuck in this place. The Saiyan manages to keep his body, similar to other occasions we've seen after Goku's death. Now that he's dead, he can only hope that Kami-sama will help him get out of here and then revive with the Dragon Balls. So Goku intends to increase his powers while waiting for Kami-sama to come and get him out of here. He doesn't want to think about the idea of being abandoned forever. Goku trains and increases his powers. He keeps training to get over the boredom. But Goku doesn't stop thinking about getting out of this place. Chi-Chi calls the flying cloud and goes to Kami-sama's temple to call Goku to rescue his son. But when she arrives, she meets Mr. Popo, who is very worried because Goku was trapped inside the room and Kami-sama was killed. Chi-Chi is desperate knowing that her husband will not last long and will be trapped in this place. She asks Mr. Popo for help to rescue her son. But before she goes, Master Karen appears and says, "This guy was the one who killed Piccolo." And then he went to Kami's house and almost eliminated everyone who was there. I know where Gohan is, thanks to my vases that allow me to see the world. So with the help of Master Karen and Mr. Popo, Chi-Chi discovers where Yamcha and Tenshinhan are. Chi-Chi is tasked to rescue her son with the help of Goku's friends. Meanwhile, in the time room, Goku's powers have increased. However, this power is still insufficient to open a portal, since he would have to increase his powers by surpassing those of a Super Saiyan 2. Chi-Chi manages to gather Goku's friends, and with the help of Mr. Popo, they tried to rescue Gohan. However, despite their techniques, Goku's friends cannot defeat the Saiyan. Kakarot is a coward. It's a shame for our family. That is why I don't need him anymore. Goku's friends say he won't fight because he's in a very faraway place. For Raditz, this is just an excuse, since he doesn't show up to face him. Convinced that it is the end of the line for Goku's family, Raditz says he will kill everyone. Tenshinhan, Yamcha, Krillin, Master Kami, and Mr. Popo, being weaker than Goku and Piccolo, they can't do anything against Raditz's gigantic power. They are quickly killed. Chi-Chi's screams of despair make Gohan furious and leave his prison.
I will never forgive you. Don't be sad. You will find her in another world. And the next one will be your father, that useless one. Furious, Gohan tries to attack Raditz. However, Raditz is smarter and dodges Gohan's blow. And after Gohan gets low power, similar to the original story, Raditz doesn't hesitate to eliminate Gohan. The Saiyan doesn't know if Goku's ship is working. Raditz is forced to ask for help, as his ship was destroyed by Gohan. The Saiyan tells Frieza's army that the planet Earth can be sold for a good price. Raditz asks for help to conquer it, as it took several days alone. Thus, a ship departs towards Earth. At the same time, Frieza sends the Ginyu Special Forces to conquer the planet Earth as quickly as possible. To advance the service, Raditz begins to conquer the Earth on his own, killing humans. Raditz doesn't want to wait for the Ginyu Special Forces to arrive and do all the work. Without Goku to protect the Earth, Raditz is free to act as a conquering Saiyan. Long without seeing his family, he leaves Goku in agony. Goku feels despair growing inside him, which leads to a state of constant and intense irritation. Why are you taking so long, Kami-sama? I don't want to stay here. Goku can no longer stand being in this terrible place. At this moment, he awakens the Super Saiyan for the first time. My powers have multiplied, and it seems that my hair has also changed. So that's what happens when I go beyond my limits, says Goku, amazed and at the same time confused with his new form. For a moment, Goku forgets his despair and focuses on this new form. He tries to keep the transformation for as long as possible. The days turn into years, and Goku not only maintains the transformation, but also achieves 2 variations of the Super Saiyan. However, one of these 2 forms draws Goku's attention. Goku quickly realizes that the increase in muscle mass hinders more than helps. I would be easily defeated by a faster enemy. I have to find another way to use this incredible power without losing so much speed. So he starts training using a more efficient form, similar to the one Vegeta used in the Cell Saga. After more training and dedication, Goku manages to better control the form of the Super Saiyan, making the transformation his natural form. I see that my powers continue to increase. If I keep training, I can even surpass the powers I have. 10 days pass on Earth in the time room for 10 years. Goku is about to transform into a Super Saiyan 2. What's the point of having so much power if I can't fight anyone? This is terrible. Goku regrets thinking about his isolated situation. He wants to eat a delicious meal made by his wife. He wants to be with his family and friends. Goku begins to think, did Piccolo somehow manage to arrest Kami-sama? If this had happened, the whole Earth would be in danger. He begins to question, did Kami-sama decide to abandon me here in this place? The last thing Goku thinks is that he was betrayed by Kami-sama. However, knowing the god of the earth, Goku quickly abandons this thought. The feelings of affliction and despair make Goku furious. He finally manages to access the transformation of Super Saiyan 2. This new evolution makes Goku think. Instead of complaining, he can keep training, because that's the only thing he can do, so that these feelings don't drive him crazy. Now I'm going to perfect this new form. I feel like my power is multiplied many times, just like when I reached the first form. Looking in a mirror, Goku notices a slight change in his hair.
I think I'll call it level 2. After a few more years of intense training in the time room, Goku perfects Super Saiyan 2, being able to maintain it with the same naturalness as Super Saiyan 1. To overcome Super Saiyan 2, Goku gathers all the knowledge he has. After intense training in the time room, Goku finally reaches level 3 of Super Saiyan. He realizes that this form consumes a huge amount of energy. I'm going to spend some time training in Form 3. But damn it, anyway, this is the most difficult to control. Maybe if I were alive it would be even worse, because it consumes a lot of energy. Goku thinks out loud, facing the challenges of this new transformation. He strives to keep Super Saiyan 3 as a natural form, which is much more difficult than he imagined. So Goku starts to think of other methods to control 100% of Super Saiyan 3. After much reflection, he finds a method to master this form. Goku strengthens his body so that he can contain all the power of Super Saiyan 3 without its energy decreasing. Goku continues with this training for a long time until he controls Super Saiyan 3 as if it were his base form. Goku starts to strengthen level 3 so that he can reach an even higher level of power. A lot of time goes by, and Goku manages to make level 3 much more powerful. Now with the total domain of Super Saiyan 3, Goku releases all his power, and by doing so, a portal opens before him. I can't believe it! This must be a passage to the outside world! Goku flies towards the passage he himself created, and finally Saiyan manages to leave the time room. Upon returning, Goku realizes that he cannot feel the powers of any of his friends, neither of the god of the earth nor of his assistant. Goku thinks about going home. However, soon his body begins to disappear, and he is sent to the other world. Arriving there, Goku comes across a gigantic line of souls. While observing, he is approached by an assistant of King Yema. King Yema wants to talk to you, please follow me. King Yema is extremely stressed and irritated with the amount of work due to a being that has annihilated humans on Earth. So you are Goku, the person who trained with Kami-sama and fought Piccolo? I see that you have a lot of power. You are so powerful that you could defeat the guy who is killing humans. The most powerful on Earth were defeated, and even your son and your wife were killed. King Yema reveals, showing the gravity of the situation. Hearing that his family and friends were victims of this terrible enemy, Goku gets furious. His ki begins to increase rapidly, making King Yema's palace tremble. Even Mr. Kaio feels Goku's power intensifying. Goku calms down when King Yema says he has an important task for Goku. Goku, you are the only one who can bring this guy to be judged by me. Bring this bastard as soon as possible. I will avenge everyone's death. This bastard will pay me. With King Yema's permission, Goku will return to Earth. Shortly after, Grandma Uranai appears and takes Goku back to Earth. When he arrives, Goku encounters the horrible scene. His brother, Raditz, is killing several people. Until finally you appeared, Kakarot. You are a damn thing. You made me wait so long. I'm doing what you should have done, you useless. Raditz confronts him with contempt. The tracker indicates that Goku has only 300 fighting power, which leaves Saiyan in doubt since days ago Gohan showed he had 700. Goku, seeing Raditz, sees in his mind what he did. Goku's fury makes his power exceed 24,000, causing Raditz's tracker to explode. Kakarot, your power has exceeded 24,000. This tracker was in serious trouble. Raditz exclaims, scared, wishing Goku would not be so powerful. Raditz tries to justify his actions by explaining that as a true Saiyan, it was Goku's obligation to annihilate the Earthlings. But Goku doesn't care about his Saiyan origins. You killed my wife and my son, and they can't come back to life. I'll never forgive you, you bastard, Goku exclaims, with the obvious anger in his voice. He reveals that Raditz killed Piccolo as soon as he arrived on Earth, which resulted in the destruction of the Dragon Spheres and the impossibility of resurrecting his friends and family. Raditz, surprised by the destruction of the spheres, comments, only a being from another planet could do something as extraordinary as these spheres that can make wishes. Goku, consumed by mourning and anger, applies several blows. The Saiyan controls his ki to not kill Raditz. Goku applies several blows, saying, "These blows are for my family, you bastard." Goku continues to humiliate his brother. Goku does not need to use any transformation to face his brother. Raditz is totally defeated. Even begging for mercy, Goku shows that he will not have mercy. "You no longer belong to this world, and my mission is to end you," Goku says firmly. At the brink of death, Raditz begs for forgiveness, but Goku is relentless and ends the confrontation with a burst of energy, killing Raditz in a few seconds. Two low-class soldiers of Frieza, who came to bring the ship to Raditz, land. They begin to launch several bursts of energy into a city. However, their attack is interrupted by Goku, who eliminates them mercilessly. Meanwhile, Vegeta and his partner Nappa notice the increasing Goku's power to the point where the tracker exploded. Kakarot has more than 24,000 fighting power? Does this exceed our powers? Nappa looks worried. It doesn't matter. Kakarot will be killed by the Special Forces Ginyu since he seems to be a traitor. Goku is about to go and meet his friend when suddenly Ginyu and his subordinates arrive on Earth. Goku quickly goes to the landing site of these ships and comes across new enemies. "Are you friends with my brother?" Goku asks, facing the newcomers. Ginyu, looking for some sign of fighting power that exceeds Goku's, asks, "Where is Raditz?" "He's dead. If you don't want to have the same fate, it's better to leave." However, they are not willing to accept orders from a Saiyan. When Goku releases his power, all the Special Forces trackers explode due to the intensity of his energy. The soldiers, including Captain Ginyu, are scared with the level of power of Goku. "He exceeded our powers, Captain. He could even be a great soldier," one of the members comments. Captain Ginyu admits Goku's potential, but he knows he doesn't want to join them. Mentioning Frieza, Goku curiously asks, "Who is this individual?" Captain Ginyu explains that Frieza is their leader and the most powerful being in the universe. Goku expresses interest in fighting against Frieza. However, Goku remembers that his time is limited. The captain tries to use his body swap technique, but Goku skillfully dodges and eliminates the captain with a burst of energy. The other members of the Special Forces Ginyu are also quickly defeated. These actions call the attention of Vegeta, who, knowing that Kakarot defeated Raditz and the Special Forces Ginyu, leaves the prince in doubt. Is Kakarot the legendary Super Saiyan? Damn it, the prince was overcome by a worm who was a low-class soldier. When Frieza finds out that the most powerful warriors were killed by Goku, he begins to fear that Goku may be the legendary Super Saiyan. Motivated by fear and the need to eliminate this threat, Frieza decides to go to Earth to face Goku personally. Meanwhile, Goku heads to the Capsule Corporation. He finds the city in ruins due to an attack by Raditz. Seeing Goku, Bulma is extremely moved. She hugs Goku and says that all his friends had gone to fight an invader of Kalda and were killed. Goku says what happened in the time room and in the other world. Knowing that the enemy is dead is very good. However, Bulma cries for knowing that Goku can only stay on Earth for a day. Goku heard something interesting from his brother. Raditz said that Piccolo was not from this world. It was probably from another planet. He said that when I mentioned the Dragon Balls. Then Bulma says that there is a person who can help her find out if Piccolo comes from another race. Bulma takes a magazine that is in her house. It has pictures of Piccolo from MAO, since the day Piccolo tried to dominate the world was a historical day for humanity. Bulma is aware that Goku can only spend 24 hours on Earth, and soon he will return to the other world. Shortly after, Grama Uranai appears and takes Goku back to Earth. When he arrives, Goku meets Chi-Chi, Gomon, and his other friends. Goku displays his transformations and reports his experience of being trapped in the time room. Meanwhile, on the planet of the Namekuseans, the Dragon Spheres of Namek face a limitation. Currently, they can only resurrect 3 people.
Bulma decides that Kami-sama, Goku, and Krillin be brought back using the spheres of Namekusei. Thus, Goku can be revived again with the spheres of the Earth, on a necessary occasion. Bulma also asks that the Namekusei-jins use the spheres after 130 days to revive Chaos and Master Kami, since they can only be revived with the spheres of Namekusei. With the return of Kami-sama carried out by the Dragon Spheres, Mr. Popo begins to gather the spheres to revive the other people. The Dragon Spheres of the Earth can revive most of the people killed by Saiyan and by the 2 soldiers of Frieza. Goku takes the opportunity to spend some time with his family. The Saiyan saga did not occur, so Piccolo continues to live alone without developing any relationship with Gohan. Sometime later, Frieza appears on Earth. His tracers detect a fighting power that only reaches 250,000. However, this power increases and all the tracers explode.
Frieza claims that this power is enough to defeat all the Ginyu Special Forces. However, it is not enough to face him. He has no interest in fighting Goku. His goal is to kill the Saiyan to end the legend of the Super Saiyan. Frieza even considers eliminating Vegeta and Nappa. These Saiyans have lived for too long. It's time to annihilate this race forever. However, Frieza is surprised to see his energy being repelled. Soon after, Goku appears before him. This scene makes Frieza remember Bardock. "You must be the Saiyan who defeated the Ginyu Special Forces. You only gained a few minutes of life, Saiyan." Goku asks if he is Emperor Frieza. "I am the Emperor of the universe, and I came to Earth specially to kill you and end this planet, since you killed my best soldiers. Frieza, you are a failure and a coward. You only attacked Earth that way because you are not powerful enough to fight me. I can eliminate you without using all my power." This comment draws Frieza's attention, who even starts to feel afraid, thinking that Goku is really the Super Saiyan, since he does not fear an emperor and still insults him. Frieza then says that Goku will regret all the words he said. "When I heard one of your soldiers mention that you were the most powerful in the universe, I was excited about the idea of facing someone who would be a real challenge. But in the end, you are a real disappointment." Frieza tries to hit Goku, but none of his blows can reach the Saiyan. And with just a few Goku blows, Frieza gets quite hurt and even spits blood. "I still haven't shown my true power. I'm only using half of my maximum power. Go ahead and release your maximum power, so when you die you won't have regrets in hell." Then Frieza begins to release his maximum power, and in a short time it reaches 100%. "I don't even need to use one of my forms to finish you, Frieza." Frieza tries to attack Goku, but as before, the Emperor can't even touch Goku. This time Goku is more brutal in his attacks. The soldiers inside the ship are terrified to see their leader being humiliated by Goku. Frieza begins to despair when he realizes that his opponent is much more powerful than him. Frieza receives many blows before being completely annihilated by Goku. After the defeat of Frieza, Goku orders the soldiers of the tyrant to leave the planet Earth and never return. Knowing about the death of Frieza at the hands of Goku on Earth, Vegeta reflects on the consequences of this loss to the Empire. With the death of Frieza, King Cold will return to be our leader. "This is a great opportunity for me. If Frieza's father goes to Earth and is defeated by Kakarot, and if he kills the soldiers Zebon and Dodoria, then only the useless Kiwi would remain. Vegeta plans to kill Kiwi and assume the position of new king of the universe. I will not allow Kakarot to be the strongest Saiyan in the universe. I will find a way to increase my powers." Goku thinks that with the death of Frieza, there is no one else capable of providing an exciting fight. However, he decides to continue training because he doesn't want to be caught by surprise by another unknown enemy. Goku goes to Bulma's house and asks her to build a gravity machine for him to train. The Saiyan spends so much time training in extreme conditions that conventional training no longer has the same effect. It is as if Goku had gotten used to always training in extreme conditions. Just as Bulma builds her machine and delivers it to Goku, he begins to train in a gravity 1,000 times greater than that of Earth. From then on, Goku only increases the intensity. Frieza's father goes to Earth and tries to do the same thing his son did, eliminating the planet with just one attack. However, Goku appears before the king can even launch his attack. "Come to Earth to kill you and avenge the death of my son Frieza. You will have the same end as your son." When the king launches a burst of energy against Goku, he simply dodges and then appears before the king and eliminates him with an attack. After the death of the king, the Xion soldier, who becomes more powerful when he transforms, says that with the death of the king and the emperor, he will take the position of new leader. "I am feeling most of the fighting powers I felt the last time Frieza came to Earth. These soldiers will always continue to do evil in the universe." Kami-sama adds, "If you let these enemies escape, they will attack other planets. I heard one of the soldiers say that they will continue with the invasions." Then Goku launches a Kamehameha that destroys the entire ship, killing all the soldiers. Goku says that now the Lord in Madaya will take care of judging them. With that, maybe he will save some invasions on other planets. Goku does not know that with the death of the most powerful, Vegeta will probably assume the position of new emperor. So many years go by, Goku continues to train with increased gravity. Bulma had to modernize the gravity machine more since Goku is so powerful that the levels of gravity are very high and require many of these machines. Gohan manages to become a Super Saiyan thanks to his father's teachings, but because of Chi-Chi, the priority in Gohan's life are the studies. Goku begins to feel strong chest pains. The disease of the heart of the Saiyan manifests itself. Then Gohan takes the dragon radar at Bulma's house and travels the Earth in search of the dragon spheres. He even takes 2 dragon spheres that are with Pilaf and his friends. Gohan asks the dragon to cure Goku's disease. So the Saiyan is cured with a wish of the dragon spheres. Months later, the androids 17 and 18 appear on an island and begin to kill several people. When the news spreads, Goku and Gohan go to the second city where the androids are destroying and killing people. When Goku meets the androids, he finds out that they are creations, the result of scientific experiments of Dr. Makager, who is already dead. The goal of the androids is to kill Goku and continue to cause terror in the world. Very confident, the android 18 says that he will end Goku. The android 17 says that as soon as Goku dies, Gohan will be the next. As Goku cannot feel the ki of the androids, he thinks that the number 18 can be an adversary that he can entertain him a little. Goku cannot feel much emotion because the number 18 is easily defeated by him. As she exhibits an evil personality, Goku is forced to eliminate her as she killed many people. The android 17 tries to avenge the death of his sister, however he ends up being defeated by Goku. Gohan thinks that there is no one who can beat Goku, so he can dedicate himself to the studies. After the defeat of the androids, Goku just hopes that the dragon spheres will return to work so that Goku can revive the people who were killed by the androids 17 and 18, with the exception of Dr. Maki and other evil people. Bulma does not go after Dr. Maki's laboratory because according to Goku, the number 18 said that her brother killed the doctor and they still destroyed the laboratory. The dragon also said that the doctor will not come back to life. 3 years have passed since the androids were eliminated. In this period, Goku continued to train, and Chi-Chi became pregnant and had a son of Goku who is obviously Goten. While Goku is training, he feels the fighting powers quite high approaching the Earth. These guys are a bit powerful and are accompanied by other weaker beings. Don't worry, Gohan. When you get to a place, a ship very similar to that of Frieza appears. They come out 2 Saiyans and some soldiers. I came especially to Earth to face you. For a long time, Kakarot, you must have thought you were the most powerful being in the universe. You are not the only Super Saiyan that exists in the universe. In front of you is another Saiyan, Super Saiyan. This can be a good entertainment. After the death of Frieza and King Kolji by your hands, I assumed the throne of the king, prepared to be killed by King Vegeta. Seeing Vegeta with blonde hair, Goku thinks that the transformations he calls forms, Vegeta calls him Super Saiyan. Intrigued, Goku asks Vegeta why he calls him Legendary Super Saiyan. So, Vegeta talks a little about the legend of the legendary warrior that appears every 1,000 years. You won't be able to defeat me with just one transformation. What are you insinuating, you worm? Goku is in a fighting position and answers, I am stronger than you. King Vegeta is very proud and does not accept to be humiliated in this way after having achieved such a high level of power.
After the king's death, the Zabon soldier, who becomes more powerful when he transforms, says that with the death of the king and the emperor, he will take the position of new leader. I'm feeling most of the fighting powers I felt the last time Frieza came to Earth. These soldiers will always continue to do evil in the universe. Kami-sama adds, if you let these enemies escape, they will attack other planets. I heard one of the soldiers say that they will continue with invasions. Then Goku launches a Kamehameha that destroys the entire ship, killing all the soldiers. Goku says that now the Lord and Madadaya will take care of judging them. With that, maybe he will save some invasions on other planets. Goku does not know that with the death of the most powerful, Vegeta will probably assume the position of new emperor of the universe. So many years go by, Goku continues to train with increased gravity. Bulma had to modernize the gravity machine more since Goku is so powerful that the levels of gravity are very high and require a lot of these machines. Gohan manages to become a Super Saiyan thanks to his father's teachings. But because of Chi-Chi, the priority in Gohan's life are the studies. Goku begins to feel strong chest pains. The disease of the heart of the Saiyan manifests itself. Then Gohan takes the Dragon Radar at Boomla's house and travels the Earth in search of the Dragon Spheres. He even takes 2 Dragon Spheres that are with Pilaf and his friends. Gohan asks the dragon to cure Goku's disease. So the Saiyan is cured with a wish from the Dragon Spheres. Months later, the androids 17 and 18 appear on an island and begin to kill several people. When the news spreads, Goku and Gohan go to the second city, where the androids are destroying and killing people. When Goku meets the androids, he finds out that they are creations, the result of scientific experiments of Dr. Maki Garo, who is already dead. The goal of the androids is to kill Goku and continue to cause terror in the world. Very confident, the android number 18 says that he will end Goku. The 17 says that as soon as Goku dies, Gohan will be the next. As Goku cannot feel the ki of the androids, he thinks that the number 18 can be an adversary that can entertain him a little. Goku cannot feel much emotion because the number 18 is easily defeated by him. As she displays an evil personality, Goku is forced to eliminate her as she killed many people. The number 17 tries to avenge the death of his sister, however, he ends up being defeated by Goku. Gohan thinks that there is no one who can beat Goku, so he can dedicate himself to the studies. After the defeat of the androids, Goku just hopes that the Dragon Spheres will return to work so that he can revive the people who were killed by the androids 17 and 18, with the exception of Dr. Maki and other evil people. Boomla does not go after Dr. Maki's laboratory because, according to Goku, the number 18 said that his brother killed the doctor, and they also destroyed the laboratory. The dragon also said that the doctor will not come back to life. 3 years have passed since the androids were eliminated. In this period, Goku continued to train and Chi-Chi became pregnant and had a son of Goku, who is obviously Goten. While Goku is training, he feels the fighting powers quite high approaching the Earth. These guys are a bit powerful and are accompanied by other weaker beings. Don't worry, Gohan. When you get to a place, a ship very similar to that of Frieza appears. They come out, 2 Saiyans and some soldiers. I came specially to Earth to face you. For a long time, Kakarot, you must have thought you were the most powerful being in the universe. You are not the only Super Saiyan that exists in the universe. In front of you is another. Super Saiyan? This can be a good entertainment. After the death of Frieza and King Coldee by your hands, I assumed the throne of the king. Prepare to be killed by King Vegeta. Seeing Vegeta with blonde hair, Goku thinks that the transformations he calls forms, Vegeta calls him Super Saiyan. Intrigued, Goku asks Vegeta why he calls him Legendary Super Saiyan. So Vegeta talks a little bit about the legend of the legendary warrior that appears every 1,000 years. You won't be able to defeat me with just one transformation. What are you insinuating, you worm? Goku is in a fighting position and answers, I am stronger than you. King Vegeta is very proud and does not accept to be humiliated in this way after having reached such a high level of power.
When the fight begins, you will understand. Vegeta, you killed many living beings in the universe. I hope you suffer a lot in hell. Vegeta advances and tries to defeat Goku with all his strength, but Goku does not even try to fight Vegeta. Don't think I'm going to stand idly by. I'm going to kill Kakarot's son. I can feel that you are not that powerful, so if you don't want to die, it's better to stay quiet. Maybe you'll come out alive if you don't do any nonsense. What did you say, you damn worm? Gohan applies several blows to Nappa. The difference between our powers is very high. Soon after, Gohan applies another sequence of blows to Nappa, leaving Nappa totally defeated on the ground. This damn Nappa is a shame. Gohan fires a burst of energy, killing Saiyan in a few seconds. Now the Lord of Madayo will take care of you, and you will pay for all the crimes you have committed during all these years. Just like all of you will pay. Gohan turns to the other soldiers and begins to brutally hit them, defeating all the low-class soldiers of Vegeta's army. Vegeta's plan was to defeat Goku and conquer planet Earth as quickly as possible with the help of his soldiers. Faced with defeat, Vegeta sees no other alternative but to turn into a giant monkey. The king throws a ball of energy into the sky and transforms. Goku was impressed to see this giant and golden beast, not for his power, but because. After Vegeta explains how this transformation works,
Goku begins to think that he was the culprit for the death of his grandfather. Vegeta begins to throw several bursts of energy at Goku, causing a gigantic destruction. He dodges all attacks and hits Vegeta with a sequence of brutal blows. Goku throws a burst of energy at Goku, but the Saiyan revives with a Kamehameha. With this attack, the life of King Vegeta comes to an end. Gohan comments that his father is so powerful that he didn't need help. Soon after, Goku destroys Vegeta's ship. After defeating the King of the Saiyans, Goku returns to his home, and some time passes. Gohan continues with his studies. And Goten, when he reaches a reasonable age to train, Goku starts training him. But of course, Chi-Chi doesn't let him be 100% focused on training. According to her, Goku is the strongest in the universe, and no one can defeat him. So the Earth doesn't need warriors, but famous doctors and mathematicians. Goku also starts doing his planting because his wife forced him to get a job. Even so, Goku still continues with his training on the gravity machine. Goten also starts training on the gravity machine with his father, increasing his powers quickly. Goten manages to turn into a Super Saiyan when he is training with his father. Goten ends up becoming a more powerful character than in the original story due to training with his father. Gohan manages to get a girlfriend at school, which is Videl. She learns to fly and also starts training with Gohan on the gravity machine, since a Terrakion can become powerful if he tries. She starts training with the gravity increased twice, and little by little, Videl is getting more powerful. Videl knows that Gohan is a Saiyan because he didn't hide his identity and didn't wear the Saiyan clothes. Bulma and Ante's daughter is participating in the children's tournament along with Goten. Krillin married Maran, and to support his wife, he had to join the police. Krillin is participating in the tournament because his wife said that if he wins, she can buy a lot of clothes at the mall. Kaioshin greets Goku and then leaves, as in the original story. In the children's tournament, the winner ends up being Goten, since he is much more powerful than Bulma's daughter. "You are a cheater. You used this transformation just to humiliate me. Did you think I was going to take it easy on you just because you're a girl? Or did my father always tell me that I should defeat my enemies no matter who they are?" In the adult tournament, Videl starts fighting against Spokovit. Videl gives him a real beating, but as in the original story, he is getting better until he manages to fight equally with Videl to a certain point. However, Videl trained in increased gravity, so she doesn't take a beating. She manages to increase her power, and with a lot of strategy, Videl defeats Spopovit, throwing him off the platform. Gohan will fight against Kibito. Kaioshin enters the mind of Goku and his friends. "Don't interfere with what's going to happen. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to use Gohan. Don't worry, and please don't move." Kami-sama also reinforces by saying that the one who just spoke is a god who is above the god of the earth. Goku and his friends understand that they must obey. So, as in the original story, Babidis Kapungus steal Gohan's energy. Videl gets very angry, but she obeys the god of the earth. Most of the warriors present decide to abandon the tournament. Krillin apologizes to Goku, saying, "I need the tournament's prize money." Goku says he has no problem, and that if there is any powerful enemy, he can defeat him. As in the original story, they follow Babidis' servants and discover the hideout. Then, Dabura appears and kills Kibito and turns Yanta into a statue. Goku, very angry, does not allow Dabura to escape. Kaioshin says that if Goku eliminates Dabura, his friend will return to normal. Thus, Goku kills Dabura, eliminating the Dark King with a powerful burst of energy. This makes Babidi very nervous, as one of his best warriors was eliminated. Yanta returns to normal, and Goku explains what happened. "Thank you, Goku, for saving me." At Goku's request, Videl returns to the tournament to gather the Dragon Balls with the help of Bulma to resuscitate Kibito after the confrontations. They enter the magician's spaceship with the intention of stopping him.
the Z-Warriors begin to face Babbidi's servants. Gohan proposes to face the first enemy. Gohan defeats Pui Pui with few blows, as he wants to get out of the scenario. The next to fight is Goku against the Dark Monster. He has a sad end after trying to swallow Goku's energy in Super Saiyan. The magician Babidi tries to control the mind of the Z-Warriors. However, Goku has a pure heart and is not affected by magic. Gohan and Yanta have clean hearts, so the pair is not affected either. Babidi keeps thinking about what he can do. There are only a few warriors who are not so powerful. These warriors are sent to fight the heroes, but they all end up being defeated by Yanta. While Babidi thinks about what he can do, Goku throws a burst of energy, opening the door to the inside of the ship, where is Majin Buu's egg. Babidi tries to use his magic against Goku, but Gohan eliminates the magician with just one blow. After the defeat of the magician, Goku, with the help of Gohan and Kaioshin, takes the egg out of the ship. Then, Goku turns into a Super Saiyan 3, releasing all his power. Goku throws a Kamehameha to destroy Majin Buu. According to Kaioshin, Majin Buu is very dangerous and can even absorb other beings. After the defeat of Babidi, Kibito is resurrected with the Dragon Balls. The gods thank Goku and his friends for their help. Soon after, they return to the Supreme World. Beerus wakes up and says he had strange dreams in which he fought against a very powerful being with long hair. The Oracle Fish says he had another prophecy. Beerus will face a powerful Saiyan who is not a Super Saiyan God. In the previous prophecy, Beerus fought against the Super Saiyan God. When Whis reports that Frieza and his father were defeated by a Saiyan, the Destroyer is quite surprised. He doesn't look like the face of my dream. Whis shows Goku in Super Saiyan 3 in some moments of his life, like when he defeated Majin Buu. Beerus says this is the Super Saiyan of his dream. Then, the God of Destruction decides to go to Earth to fight Goku and carry out his long-desired fight. Goku is in the Capsule Corporation, participating in Bulma's birthday party. Goku is warned by Kaioshin himself that Beerus, the God of Destruction, is going to Earth and that he should not irritate him, because Beerus is the most powerful being in the entire universe. Then Beerus arrives on Earth and says he came specially to fight Goku in his most powerful form. Goku is very happy, since, according to Kaioshin, there is no other being more powerful than Beerus in this universe. But before the fight begins, the God of Destruction takes advantage of the party a bit. Majin Buu is not present, so Beerus eats the pudding and other food from Bulma's party. After filling his stomach, Beerus says he will fight Goku. Beerus comments that a Super Saiyan God is much more powerful than a Super Saiyan 3. Goku and Beerus want to know more about the Super Saiyan God, so they use the Dragon Balls. The dragon reveals that only through a ritual it is possible to become a Super Saiyan God. However, there are not enough Saiyans to do the ritual. At that moment, Videl reveals that he is pregnant for Gohan's joy. Then Goku turns into a Super Saiyan 3, showing the transformation that Beerus saw in his dreams. The fight takes place on Earth, and as Goku has already perfected Super Saiyan level 3, the fight lasts a long time. Finally, I found someone with whom I can fight with all my powers. Despite not being a Super Saiyan God, you are giving me a very interesting fight. You spent many years training. Your power is incredible, but it is not enough to defeat a god. Goku even thanks Beerus for allowing him to use all his power, since the opponents who appeared were always defeated quickly. Being superior to Goku, the God of Destruction defeats Saiyajin. Beerus tells Goku about the 12 universes and mentions that there are other powerful beings. Whis restores Goku's wounds, and then the God of Destruction goes away, without destroying Earth. The god was well received, and had an exciting fight.
For these reasons, Beerus was not interested in destroying Earth. Kaioshin is relieved that the god did not destroy Earth. Goku, in turn, thinks that he will continue training since there are 12 universes and a god of destruction that is much stronger than him.